Hi, everybody. So, to continue with my series of going to Casual Commander, I did go to Casual Commander at Dragon's Lair, which is another game store here in Austin. They have the Casual Commander on Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5:30. I went down there last Sunday. This was after my time at Wonko's on Friday. Took Saturday off. I went down on Sunday and checked it out. So now I'm going to tell you about it. So in case you want to go to it, or if you want to know if it's some other experiences of going to a game store for Casual Commander. So I go in. It's really crowded. All right. There's a lot of people. It's Sunday afternoon. And I found out, I guess they had a Pokemon pre-release going on. So I went up to the card counter, and said, "Hey," and the guy goes, "Can I help you?" Right? He seemed really busy. He was like a Pokemon judge, right? But he was still very friendly. He pointed me to where I should go and just said, "Okay, go sit down over there. Those are the Casual Commanders." And I went over there, and there was 3 people sitting at a table. I sat down and had an excellent game of Commander. All right. So here, the 3 people I sat with, there's one Santiago, and then Andrew and Dan. Okay. Now they were really, really cool guys. Now one of the big differences between Dragon's Lair and Wonko's I found is, first of all, they didn't really do proxies, right? When people were playing at Wonko's, it was all about the combos, about trying to do things quick, and they were more focused on their own deck. And I don't know if it's just the pod I was in at Dragon's Lair, but all of them were like really interested in other people's decks, right? And in playing a good game. And I really did appreciate that. It made it a very positive experience. Now, since there was a Pokemon pre-release going on, there were a lot of kids around too. So it would be, in my opinion, a good place for Yuri to come or some other kids to come to play some Casual Commander, right? Everyone there was pretty cool, but again, it's kind of an older crowd, so it's whether the kids want to play with people they don't know. Since the purpose and intent of bringing the kids there is so they get more outside socialization, it's probably not a bad thing overall. But let me tell you about the games, right? So, with my experience at the other game store, when I came in there to Dragon's Lair, I was expecting the same kind of thing, where there's like a lot of proxies, a lot of very expensive cards. And so I said, all right, I'm just going to start with my Shorakai deck, right? I'm going to start with this. Now, I realized pretty quick I was probably a little too powerful for the table, really. I mean, the Shorakai deck, it doesn't do anything like ridiculous, right? It doesn't have any tutors in it. It doesn't do anything really weird or strange, but it does have a lot of synergies, and it did go off, and I did kind of become the arch enemy of the table there with my Shorakai deck. And everyone kept beating me down. I don't even remember who won the first game. And I think that's a testament to the fun of it, right? Where I was playing my Shorakai, they were playing their decks, and then, and everyone had a good time. We played 2 games total, and we were there for 4 hours. So each game ended up taking about 2 hours, right? Which is a long time to be playing Commander, but again, they were really fulfilling games, all right? The second one, I said, all right, now I'm not, I said, all right, I'm going to put Shorakai away. I know Shorakai is good. They kind of know Shorakai is good. So I said, I'm looking through my decks. Now, I almost took the Baldur's Gate God, Miracle, Lord of Bones, right? But I said, hey, do you guys mind stacks? There's a couple stacks pieces in that deck. And they go, no, I hate stacks. Like, all right, I'll do a different deck then. And I think that they appreciated that, So I played my Minotaur deck, with the guy who pulls the strings and uses instants and sorceries as creatures, 3/3 creatures, and then when they hit, they go and they attack, right? It's a fun deck, and they loved it. See, this is the difference, right? Where they go, oh wow, that's a really cool commander. I've never seen that guy before, and And it was all about the interactions, right? Like, all right, so one time in the game, I had an Icecrown Scepter with a removal spell attached to it. And one person at the table kept trying to take me out. He kept trying it, and the removal spell put the card on top of his library, and then the next turn he tried again, But then one of the other players brought out Vorinclex, right? And then I took that out, and then he didn't attack me because he said, well, I respect that you took out Vorinclex because that would have been a bigger threat. So I'll attack this other guy. They say Commander is a social and there's politics, but with that group, it really was politics, right? Where you're doing moves and they're respecting those moves and they're like changing their game plan based upon the moves you're doing for the game. It really had that community feeling that I always hear about with Commander, right? And we do have it some in our pod, right? Our local pod, but where it really was kind of about everybody having fun. And that was a much different experience than I had at Wonko's. I mean, Wonko's, it was fun, but with the prevalence of proxy cards and power and trying to get the most efficient deck, you kind of lose sight sometimes that you're playing a game and it's fun and these are just game pieces, right? So that is something that I really appreciated about this second experience, right? Now, I would rather have Yuri come to the Dragon's Lair one when he gets back, because at least that one has some of the traits that I would more like him to get in board games and Magic. Now, it could just be the pod I was in. Remember that. I only played one pod here at Dragon's Lair, and maybe kind of two pods over at Wonko. So I'd have to see what other pods are like, right? Because you can't just make a judgment off of like the players themselves as opposed to the place. But if we're looking at the place itself, looking at the proxy, no proxies. I didn't see any proxies that stood out to me at Dragon's Lair. It's possible there was a proxy, but I didn't see any. Cost-wise, I had to buy one booster pack at Wonko's. Online for the Casual Commander at Dragon's Lair, they say you have to pay $5, which can be in a booster pack. So it's the same price, right? Same price on either location. As far as friendly, there was nothing wrong with the people or the people I played with or the staff at Wonko's. I think they were all nice and friendly. But as far as like welcoming to have fun with the decks, I liked the attitude that the pod I played with it was at Dragon's Lair. It felt more like what I think the intent is of playing Commander and having a Commander game, which is more casual. It fit casual Commander to me better. So the definitions of casual seems to be different at these two locations, where one casual is like, well, you don't actually have to have the cards, and the other casual like, hey, let's all work together to have a fun game, which is what I appreciated. So yeah, I'll definitely visit some more Casual Commanders before Rose and his mom get back, but that's my thought so far. Both of them, fine locations, fine experiences, but overall more fitting my play style and what I like to see. Right now, I'd say Dragon's Lair over Wonko's, but yeah, let's see where else we can see in Austin, right? All right, well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for spending your time here with me. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And share this video. Share this video with other people you think might like it. All right. Bye.